Favorite Kansas nurse. I would like to discuss the Olathe school walkout. As a parent, I've already expressed to you guys how the school district has failed my son in many ways. And luckily it wasn't my son's school. However, I, as a parent in the same school district, did have multiple emails from the principal. And the funny thing is my son is very open with me about these things. And he told me that the protest for their school was weeks beforehand. I got an email weeks beforehand with no date on it. They knew exactly when the walkout was happening. The teachers knew, the principal knew, obviously. Same thing happened right before the other high school in the same district had a walkout. I got another email, almost point blank, the same thing, verbatim, copy pasted, right? Okay, so these schools know when these kids are going for these protests. Here's the problem. Everybody has the right to free speech here in the US, yes. Totally agree with that. And I love that children, especially part of their development, are going out there and they are trying to exercise their individuality and their own rights and trying to create their own opinions. However, here's the problem with this. One, these schools have a social contract and a legal contract by us parents signing their kids into school to protect our children. If you're letting my child walk out knowingly into the public while they're supposed to be in school, you are violating that contract for their safety, and you 100% should be liable for any harm that comes to my child. 100%. And that includes the nurses at that school, because the nurses know as well. On top of this, schools should also know that if children are protesting against the rightful process in the US and all of the things that the US stands for and the legal processes and the histories and everything else like that, one, the school should be notifying the parents. Two, the school should also be going and educating these children on the appropriate process that the US already handles. This is your job. That is how you educate the public. Like literally, like you could have turned this into a teaching opportunity instead of a protest. Instead of your own personal feelings as a stupid liberal teacher. You're acting retarded. Instead of doing your job and teaching these kids, you are acting retarded and letting your own personal feelings inside of this. That's a problem. Okay? So this can actually go against some Supreme Court rulings by letting our children protest against ICE. And that is a problem. Okay? So I do not agree with this. The schools have violated many social and legal contracts by letting children walk out. And they should be held 100% legally and financially responsible for this. No children should be harmed in a protest.